Hey everyone, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Hey guys, it's Alyea again here.
And Joe. See, I just did something different.
You're so corny. What's up, everyone? Sorry, I'm eating again.
Weird.
I'm eating I'm almost really ashamed to even say it out loud.
Stupid Halloween.
This Halloween candy is killing me. It's still in the damn closet. Okay, fine. I'm having a Twix. Okay, I'm having a little Twix.
I thought we gave all that candy away to your niece.
They didn't take the huge bag.
I told her to take the big one.
They took the one that our daughter got.
Oh, my God. Oh, the stuff that we're giving out.
Right.
Forgot about that.
But this damn stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, hope everyone's having like a great week, great weekend.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's feeling good, positive energy. The holidays are coming up. Oh my God.
Man, I'm like really tired. Like we've been like busy. We've been busy. It's like fun busy though. We've had your family in town. We've been hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's fun busy. We've been doing a lot of things, but I mean, I guess not to make us sound like really like boring, but I feel like in Florida we really weren't this busy. We were only busy because we were with Soul all the time.
yeah, it seemed more laid back there, leisure like. No.
I mean, I think it's laid back here too.
Oh, like just that like on a normal. Like right now, if we were back in Florida, we'd be like taking a walk to the park or something.
It's because the weather. That's the only difference. Like no one's walking right now.
Right.
Well, actually, sorry. The people from Rhode Island and New England are walking.
They are without coats.
Without coats. And it's 45 degrees. So that's happening.
Yeah. I was explaining to Alyea how people out here are probably, I feel as though they're just hanging on. It hasn't snowed out yet. The other day it was like 65, and then it went down to like 40 the next day. But they're like, oh, there's still a chance. We could get another 70-degree day. So even if it's 38 degrees, we're going to walk around with our T-shirts on. And
It's really interesting to me, though, because I don't know, like, maybe I'm just saying this because I think, I don't know, but like, I understand that my blood thinned when I was in Florida for so long, right? I get that. And so then 70 became like really cold to me. We've only been here since August, right? Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, 67 was like warm. I was like, hell yeah, it's 67 the other day. I was like, no jacket. I felt great. Like it was like beautiful weather. I loved it. But if this was 67 in Florida,
oh, man.
I would be freezing.
Yeah.
But out here I was fine. So for me, I feel like I have a logical grasp on like weather, like in terms of cold and like not so cold. Like I feel like I'm pretty okay with it now. So for me, I'm like 40 degrees. Actually, last night it was 38, 37 degrees. And
we had our bubble coats on.
We had our bubble, right. Fuck yeah. Long
Nobody
down to my
did.
damn. And the only other person who did was my girl. That was it.
Right. And her husband had like this just throw over sweatshirt thing.
Right, and actually, yeah, he didn't really have it. Yeah.
I got like this like coat with fur around the hoodie.
Yeah, he's got fur on the hood. Right. We're like, but literally, we were the only 3 people in the restaurant that had jackets on.
Yeah, some people didn't even bring coats in. They
Nothing.
don't have coats.
I just don't get it. It's so cold.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fucking wild. Fucking wild. Then to make it even worse, then when we went to the damn coffee place or whatever, there was this chick running across the street after she parked her car, a skirt, above her, like above knee skirt, no tights, bare leg, low, like ballerina kind of like, little like shoes like that, and a fucking just like top. No jacket, no hat, no skirt, nothing.
She was hitting up the club. She can't be wearing all that bulky shit up in there. She's trying to pick up some guy.
I mean, I get it. That's how I lived my life when I was 15. 15, I lived my life like that.
Yeah.
But fuck that shit.
Yeah, I think as you get older, you get a little bit more, I don't know, what's it called?
But even
Logical.
but even in my 20s, I was like, whenever I came from Florida back to New York to visit, like I was still like bundled the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, that's because it was just a visit and you're not trying to impress anybody or whatever. You're just thinking logical.
I guess that's true.
I guess for like a 20, 25-year-old, whatever, going out, like it is logical. We're just going from the car into the place and I'm not carrying this fucking coat around all night long.
Anyway.
Yeah. Very,
Anyway.
I'm sure everybody wants to hear this conversation.
Anywho. So today, I mean, I don't know if we've mentioned this before. I don't think we have, but and without going so much into it, because I don't really want to do that right now, but Joe and I just have been talking about, at some point kind of like putting our brains together and doing something really cool in the mental health industry, right? And so when I came out here and started practicing out here, and this is the only information I'm getting right now about the mental health field in Rhode Island is really from my patients who are here, because I don't know anything. So I'm learning about the treatment facilities and I'm learning about this and that because they're telling me all these things. I'm looking things up and blah, blah, blah. And then I went online a while back to try and find if there was like any like, cool events or something for like mental health professionals. Nothing. There's no conferences. The ones that they do have, which are like basic ones I wouldn't even go to anyway, are like online. No hangout for mental, no nothing. And so I was like, there's a shitload of support groups. I will say that. I mean, like a shitload. Yeah, like support group, like amazing. And there's actually a lot of stuff for like Black mental health professionals. And like, so like that I saw, but nothing just
So you're saying like the professionals, the actual clinicians and
there's nothing really.
They're not like networking out here. They're not talking to each other.
I don't know how they're doing it if they are. I mean, like within their companies, I guess their jobs, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, their trainings or whatever. Well, but I'm a self-employed person who doesn't have that. So I have to really kind of go out and go find it,
Right.
So anyway, what I decided to do was I went on to Meetup. And I'm starting a group, which I thought I did, but then the name was taken, so I have to redo it. But I'm starting a group today on Meetup. So if anyone in Rhode Island hears this, pass it along. I'm starting a mental health professionals chill group, networking group in Rhode Island that's going to consist of just like, man, I want people to come out who are professionals who just want to fucking just kill it with therapy. And what I mean by kill it, I mean just like do some like good fucking therapy.
Like actually help people.
Like get in it. Like I want ideas. I want to hear creativity. I want to hear like all these, things.
Like for instance, I mean, like you just got a call the other day from a patient that wanted to just thank you for like helping him, right?
6 years ago,
years
from a patient
ago.
6 years ago.
Found you.
He found me,
through the internet or wherever he found you. And you get that at least 2 or 3 times a year, right?
Yeah.
And but those like you're looking for people that want to do that. That's the end goal, right? For somebody to call you up randomly 6 years later and be like, "You saved my life. You changed the direction of where I was going."
Right. And I mean, that's not really my goal. That's not really.
But
that's
I mean,
not
instead, it's not money. It's not And for most people, I would assume in your industry, it's not about that. But but really people that really want to make a difference, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, my
people's
thing,
lives.
yeah, like my goal obviously is to, with just my fingers crossed, and I say with my fingers crossed because I don't, when you're in private practice seeing people or any kind of therapist, you're seeing them for a certain amount of time, and then you just may not see them ever again, right? So, because the goal is to no longer be in therapy. So, I keep my fingers crossed that somewhere down the line or whatever, at some point, like something clicks, right? And then it just makes sense to someone and they get it and they kind of restructure their lives and they grow in a health. Yes. So I want, other people to like hit up this group and just be like, you know what? I want to meet other people who, I think for me, the thing about being a therapist is thinking outside the box. I'm not one that's like, oh, like what technique do you use or what therapy do you use? And it's like, oh, I only use this because this is this, or oh, I only use CBT, or it's like, fuck that. Like, to me, I hate that question because I'm like, how can I use it all. I use it all because everyone's different. So I can't just use one therapy with,
You're like the mixed martial arts of therapy. You use all of them.
use it all, which every clinician should, but I don't know. So anyway, and I also like to do like, I don't know, I like creativity. Like, I don't like sitting in the office all the time. I like to sometimes, when it's nice outside, be like, let's go take a fucking walk and just have a therapy session, Like, why do we have to be in this stuffy-ass office, Or, like, let's go get an old microwave that no one's using and you can just fucking break the shit out of it, to, like, help with this anger or something. And while we're reading the anger letter to your dad or whatever, Like, whatever. Like, let's get it.
Individually, like each patient is different.
Well, each patient's totally. But, right. So, like, just think outside the box. Yeah. So I want other people, like-minded professionals who want to come together and give their ideas out, who want to network. I feel that the mental health field, from what I'm hearing from my patients out here, is not something that I'm used to. I'm used to Florida. And honestly, I'm so grateful and glad that I was trained out there because the mental health field in Florida is, like, it's off the chain. Like, the training's off the chain. It's great. Not to say that there's, like, some people who probably don't need to be clinicians out there also, but for the most part, I'm very happy that I was able to get trained there. But out here, I'm not hearing a lot. And I don't know if that's because just Rhode Island's like tiny, so it's like there's nothing really, not that much out here, or what, but there really isn't a lot. So Joe I'm having to carry this conversation on my own right now because Joe's trying to, of course, do the live right now. And for some reason, this happens to him.
I don't know why this happens. Look. So, I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta go back to the camera. Okay, I got it.
There we go. This happens all the time.
Yeah, I should just have it set up. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes.
But I thought like what you were saying was very important, and we should probably get it on the live. Maybe there's somebody out there.
What was I saying?
You were
I said
talking
so
about
much.
your group.
Oh, my group. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna have
yeah.
to say the whole thing all over again.
Well, no. Just keep going. So what's the name of your meetup group?
Well, that's the thing. So I initially chose Mental Health Professionals United. And then when I did everything and did all the description and everything, and I was like, I fucking killed this. This is great. Da-da-da.
What was it? United.
Mental Health Professionals United.
And then you had like
It was like, is that a corny?
Yeah.
Is that a corny name?
maybe that's what Meetup thought it was, and they're like, think of something else.
No, they said somebody else already had it.
Oh, well. Did you look them up?
I did, and they don't have it, but there's like a category called it. So I guess I can't have the same name as the category. So then they sent me all through. I was like, okay, cool, I have it. Mental Health Professionals United. This is cool. Did the description, had a whole thing. I was like all excited about this. Then I clicked ready, go, right? And then it took me to the payment page because on Meetup to start a group you have to pay.
Oh, really? Okay.
For like 6 months, it's like $68. So I was like, okay, cool, right? So I do that and pay. And then it was like, oops, this name's already been taken. Please choose again. So then in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, they have my information saved from what I just did. And then I literally went back, all gone. So now I have to do everything all over again. And now I have to think of a whole new name, which I'm struggling to think of.
So what you're doing right now is you're promoting a meetup group that
My
you
meetup
haven't
group
even created yet.
Well, it'll be created literally in like right after this podcast. I mean, it's not going to be a big deal.
Okay.
So it's happening today.
I'll give you a day, and I'll edit the podcast, and then by the time
Whatever.
gets out-
It would have been
Except we're live
created.
now,
It
that's-
would have been created right now had someone not already had my name. But after the podcast, I'm gonna go upstairs, finish it up, and it'll be done today. But yeah, so it's a meetup group that is in hopes to bring other like-minded or whatever mental health professionals together so that we can network, because I need to network. So network, also hang out, chit chat. What's good with you and your business? Are you private practice? Not da 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 da. What are you skilled in? Because I'm not skilled in this, so let me pass it over to you if that's the case, right?
How can we work
How can we
together?
work
How can we
together?
create
I'm not all about taking like. If I feel like I'm not really so strong in a certain area, I want to be able to say that and say I have somebody else for you, you know. So I need that because I'm on my own out here, you know. So I'm hoping to kind of bring a really good group together so that I don't know, we could just add to the mental health field out here and you know, like make it better.
And I'm assuming this is like, these are professionals from anything that has to do with mental health. That doesn't have to be just behaviorists or just psychiatrists, right? It could be
So psychiatrists, psychologists, LMHC, LCSW, behavior analysis.
What about even like maybe even nutritionists who are prescribing a specific diet to clear your mind, to get you out of a depression, you know, something like that.
Right, so that means I have to then
It's
that's
gotta
going to
be a
be
broader
hard to make. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to name that then because it would
Yeah,
have
we
to
could-
be really broad.
We could think about it right now.
I mean, I don't even have any like where to go with that. It's a lot. Well, now there is a description that I could. So in the description, I can then be more clear of like, you know, anyone like who's under that umbrella.
Yeah. I'll help you think of a good name.
You know. So anyway, pass it along if you know anyone in Rhode Island listening to
See,
this.
the problem is you're like, we're talking about it, but you don't have a name, so we can't promote it.
Okay, well, look the fuck out for it, and then on our next
what?
podcast,
What are they looking out
on our next podcast, I'll say the name. Okay, I mean, God,
Oh my god.
it was Mental Health Professionals United, but what else?
Didn't really think this one through, huh? As far as a marketing perspective.
I'll mark it again. We have our own podcast. I could market whenever the hell we want to. It's the great thing about this.
Any other ideas you want to talk about?
And if you see the organizer name of Alyea Delorme Keene, then you know it's the right group because that is moi.
Ah, so that's something you can keep an eye out for.
Keep an eye out for a group in the mental health field of Meetup that is under the name of Alyea Delorme Keene, which is myself, and that will be the group.
And then you will find out what the name of the group is.
Oh my God.
All right, well, cool. I mean, you know, I think that's a great thing that you're doing. I think it's amazing.
I'm stoked. I'm actually really stoked.
She had a fire up her ass the other day, and she did a bunch of things that
I did so many things
she
yesterday.
thought that I never thought that she would do or something.
You didn't.
I did
I think you. I know. I thought you were. I felt like you were getting kind of like antsy with me, and you were probably thinking that I was getting complacent or whatever. I didn't want to do anything, because you did. Because I mean, because it can seem like that from an outsider's perspective when it comes to me. But I always say to people, never underestimate me. It may seem one way,
Then all of a sudden, one day,
but I will always
bunch of
get
shit done.
shit done. I will always get shit done.
it may seem like that for months at a time.
I will
One day.
shock the shit out of you, and I will get. Not only will I get it all done, I'll kill it. You know, like I will slay it.
Yeah. Well, usually once you start something, you keep it going.
Yeah,
Until something derails you significantly, and then like a move and working.
Significantly is the word. It has to be a huge derailment. Like moving from Florida to Rhode Island, I feel it completely derailed me. That was huge.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yep. Went to stop.
This is killing.
Yeah,
This
everybody
is
did.
killing Joe.
Not
right
me.
now.
It's killing everybody's ears that's listening to this.
Joe is dying on the inside. How could you be opening up a piece of candy?
Yeah, you're eating candy too. This is like,
I'm eating. It's fucking Halloween candy. I'm having a little tiny, the size of my, not even the size of the tip of my pinky, Snickers.
oh yeah, what'd you have last night?
What did I have last night?
Oh, I don't know. It was the most amazing thing that you had to tell every fucking waiter that walked by.
Most amazing apple bread pudding. OMG. OMG. You guys, it wasn't gluten free, and everyone who listens to us knows that I'm supposed to be gluten free, which I basically am. But every once in a while, you know what? I like to hop off the bandwagon.
Every once in a while. Like every weekend. And right now.
Okay, fine.
And what did we have after that?
This is ridiculous.
What did we have after that?
Joe, I knew that you were going to literally hold me hostage because I had decided to have a glass of wine.
And then what about after that?
We shared an espresso martini. We shared it. Who shares espresso? Who shares alcohol when they go out? We do.
Yeah, we were out with another couple, and we were 4 people. We got 2 espresso martini.
And each of us shared out. Each couple shared.
That was our little treat.
That was it. That was all we had there.
And I am feeling tired from that, actually.
I'm feeling tired too. We got home late. 11:30
I know.
is freaking late.
Yeah, especially because we both had to get up early.
Yeah.
Man, but yo, I got my vitamins in today.
Oh yeah, you talked about that last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a video and everything. I'll let you know the progress as we go along here. But once again, the website was takecareof.com, and I got this cool little box, and it's already like all the prepackaged things are ready to roll. I just pull out a packet. It's got all the pills in there, ready to roll. It gives you all the information on the what each vitamin does, and it gives everything. And then also now that once they deliver it, then you get access to all the information of every vitamin on the app, and they tell you all the studies. It's very interesting for people that take their health serious.
First of all, let's be clear. You didn't even invite me to be a part of this whole entire
What do you
thing.
mean? I told you about it as
You told
I
me
was
about
doing
it.
it.
All you did was you said, "Oh my god, so I found this thing, da 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 da." And then I was like, "Okay, cool." Because whatever you buy, it should be mine. I don't understand why you always think that
You
it's
just have to buy
separate.
double everything.
Well, why would you not consider me? You're always so concerned about my health.
Well, here's the thing, I think with health, it's a personal decision, and like people out there can probably relate. Anybody that's telling you, oh, you shouldn't eat that, or you shouldn't do this, or why are you drinking so much, or whatever. Like, you usually tell them to go fuck off, right? It's an individual decision to move forward on these things. So I make you aware of these things, hoping that you're going to be like, oh my God, let's do this together. Can you get me some too? But you don't. You just say, oh, that's cool. And then I get it, and then I'm doing it, and then that's when you want to do it.
So here we go. If you already know that, then why do you wait? Why do you play this game with me? Why don't you just get it?
Because it's important for you to make the decision, not me.
I make it
just
when I
force
decide
it
that I
on you.
want it afterward. I mean, I'm down with whatever you got going on. I trust you when it comes to health.
Well, I'll just be the guinea pig with it, and we'll test it out for a month, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, who knows?
It could suck or something.
could suck.
Or it could just have like a weird interaction with something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or just
Not
maybe
do
I'll
anything.
get fucking sick as shit, and get some sort of virus or something. Maybe the vitamin C didn't work. I got probiotics too, and it's supposed to like help with like my gas and bloating or whatever. Maybe that won't work. So then I'll stop after a month, and then I'll be like, well, give it a shot. But as of right now, I am very excited about it because right now we have this big fucking drawer with a bunch of vitamins in it. Every morning I got to dig through the fucking drawer. It doesn't even open halfway because the fucking things get caught in there. And I got to pick out each one. And there's all kinds of, most days I do forget one of them because it's like
They're everywhere.
taking like 6 or 8 of these things.
Yeah.
And so this is great. It's just a little packet. And seems like a very trustworthy company. Yep. Takecareof.com. And I will be posting a video of what I received. And I will keep track of this as we go along with the weeks of the podcast.
Okay.
That's my thing. That's my thing right now. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm kind of like, there's a part of me that is, I guess, nervous or a little resistant to bringing up the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, but I feel like it's like one of the big things going on right now.
Resistant? Why? Because you may have an opinion that you're not sure if it's kosher with everybody?
I just, because I don't know, there's a lot. Like like when I hear about something, right? Like, for example, my father drives me nuts because I'll have an opinion about something and he's always like, oh, that's because, you don't know, you don't get your news from and all this stuff. And
That's
then
why I say, well, then explain it to me.
right. And so then, and then in that moment, sometimes I'm like, I guess he's right because I allow Milton to have such a huge voice over my fucking life. It's so annoying, right? So I hear it and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I don't know it. Right? Maybe my dad is right because he's my dad, right? Like, but knowing myself, I actually do know that whenever I get information about something, I look at it and try and look at it from every fucking angle I possibly can. Meaning, from this person's perspective, from this person's perspective, from this person's perspective, I try and empathize with every single, person in that. So my opinions aren't always going to sound, I would say, I guess, like some people or I don't know, like people in society would, I guess, because for me, I'm like, okay, no, I get that. Like, yes, that makes sense to me. However, I always have a however, and then it makes people think that I'm like against, and I'm like, I'm not saying that what you're saying, and that's like a whole thing.
I think our quote unquote opinions are more of like questions, because a lot of these things,
right,
such as the Rittenhouse thing,
yeah,
like, I don't know. I haven't been like watching the shit all the time.
Right.
I just get little tidbits here and there, and I kind of like, I'm basing my opinion off of what I see, and maybe I haven't seen some other things.
Right. Totally. Me too.
But like, nobody really actually wants to go in and actually have an in-depth conversation with most things. Actually, did you know that? Like, they're just like wherever they get their news from, and they got their little tidbit is what it is.
Yeah.
When I recognize that my tidbit from wherever I get my news sources or whatever might be different from somebody else's. So then it becomes a question.
Right,
like,
right.
I heard this. What do you know? Like,
yeah,
you
that's how it
tell me
happens with us.
why do you feel that way? And then they say it, and then I say things, and then at that point it's already too far for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, they just want to be
People
like,
this
guy's
out.
a murderer. This guy, he should, or he should get off, or whatever. They just have that one thing instead of like, you want to talk about it, or you don't really actually care about the answer.
Yeah,
the real answer. You just want to be in with what everybody else is saying. Or maybe not. I don't know. But we went kind of far into that. Anyways.
Not we, you.
Well, yeah. Without even talking about what we were going to talk. I don't know. With the Rittenhouse, you want to get into it? I mean, I'll just give you my opinion, I guess.
Right. And again, my opinion is not so much of an opinion because I don't know really everything about this whole entire case. But with the little bits that I am reading about, because I actually do think it's kind of like interesting. The more that I read, the more I'm kind of like, okay, so okay, well, I could see how okay, right. Well, then like for example, like the prosecutors, like from the clip that I saw when the trial was happening, the prosecutor was a fucking idiot. I'm just, I don't mean.
And
I mean, like,
and that
I
could
don't
be
mean,
dependent on
to
what
say-
news station
right.
you looked at.
I don't. I
It
mean,
makes him
like,
look like an idiot.
right. And I mean, I'm sorry I had to say that, but like what I saw with the questions that he was asking Kyle and interrogating Kyle, I was like, but you're making no sense right now. Like what you just said, like,
Especially when it comes
in
to,
the
like-
state of Wisconsin. I
Yeah.
feel like too. It's like
especially when it comes to like guns, like he was not knowledgeable from, at least from my very limited knowledge of like guns and experience with guns and stuff like that. Like even my limited knowledge living in the Midwest for like 7 years, I know some of these like logical things, like don't ever put your finger on the trigger, even if there's no bullets in the gun or whatever. Don't ever point
a gun at someone.
at anybody, whether there's a bullet in it, whether
Or
there's
not.
no bullets, whether the thing's in pieces. It doesn't fucking matter. That's like the number one rule. And this guy's pointing the gun all over the court. But I mean, whatever. I guess it's just to show and whatever how.
I
scary it
guess
could
he
be.
was.
I don't know
trying-
what
yeah,
he was doing.
Right. That's most likely what he was trying to do because it's like shock factor, right? You have this big
Right, I think that's what it
AR-15
was,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
right? And it's like, oh my god,
But in Minnesota, you're not scaring anybody with that. Everybody,
Yeah, no
everybody
one, I
has
guess.
one.
Everyone's like, whatever.
Everybody has one of those guns out there.
For me, he just caught me off with like the things he was asking or saying because he was trying to get Kyle in a situation, obviously, right, that would make him look bad on the stand. But me, when I was watching it, because I knew what he was trying to do, but I was like, I don't think he's doing this effectively because he's saying these things like even about like, oh, okay, well, you're pointing your gun down at him, right? Aren't you? And Kyle's like, well,
You're kind of at his feet.
I mean,
but
at his-
actually, that's a still picture from a video that you paused at.
paused
that
it at right. I was like, oh shit. So like Kyle actually then made the prosecutor just look fucking like dumb, like that. Like I was like, damn, like this is like. So that's just the part that I saw. I'm not saying that that's like, but that's just what I saw.
Well, let's get into what you were talking about, like after the case. Now that he got acquitted or whatever, now
Right.
everybody's like trying to shit on him like some sort of racist shit or whatever. What was that thing that you said that like he got associated with this?
So okay, so again, because I had limited knowledge about this whole entire thing to begin with, I originally wasn't even sure if the people that he killed were of color or if they were white, right?
That's how limited that.
Right, that's how little knowledge we had about this whole entire
yeah,
thing.
no,
I'm like, were they black? Like I had no idea. So anyway, then come to find out as I'm watching like bits and pieces of the trial that the three guys, like all of them are white. 3 guys are white.
It was 2 guys, huh?
No, 3.
See, I don't even know.
So 2
don't know
died.
anything.
2 died. 1 got like hurt or whatever.
Okay.
But they were all white. And so then it confused me because for a second I was like, well, so what's the? I still wasn't being connected with what the racist thing was because everybody was acting as though this was a racist thing, and I was like super confused, And so then today, right, I'm like, let me read more about this, right? So I go and read more, and I'm seeing like everyone posting these things on Instagram right now, basically about, and they're hashtag you can be invited to the barbecue. Hashtag you can be invited to the barbecue. And what that's basically insinuating and saying is that those 3 individuals, 2 that died and 1 that got hurt by Kyle, were there in support of Black lives. And so now they're basically saying that I guess
he killed a person.
he
he'll
killed
kill
people that were in support
supporting black people.
lives.
So then that's racist. It's crazy.
And so then now it's like this whole thing all over the place where everyone's like, if if you're in support of Black lives and you're invited to the barbecue and and I support people who are in support of it's like this whole thing, And so I'm like, okay.
But hold on. Remember during this trial there was I guess the founder of Black Lives Matter was announcing that they were gonna like riot in the streets if he got off or something like that.
I don't
hear
know.
that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think I showed you, and then on the next slide over, the next picture it said like the definition of a terrorist, and that's like a terrorist, like somebody that's like stating they're going to invoke violence.
I don't think that they. I
politically
don't think
or whatever.
that. Oh.
I don't know, whatever. And it's just weird how like, so he can get away with basically saying we're going to destroy everything if we don't get our way, and nobody cares about that. But
I guess for me, my whole
Kyle's
entire thing, just
racist.
with this whole entire, my focus on this whole entire case was really about, like, when I found out he got off, my first thought was like, damn, but like, he got off on everything? Like, there's not even like there wasn't even like even like a misdemeanor. But then the misdemeanor was blown away because it was actually stated that in the state of Wisconsin, by the judge, it was like a minor, someone under the age of 18, actually could have a firearm, you know? So it's
yeah.
yeah, so they actually said that, you know, because the law is you have to be 18 and above, but then it says underneath it, because I read it the other day, it says underneath it, like, unless there's some, you know, there's like some loophole. There's some loophole.
something.
There's some fucking loophole. So he passed that loophole, you know? So therefore he didn't get anything for that. And then, you know, I guess the thing was the whole self-defense, because they technically really had I don't think they had much.
Well, no, the other guy had a gun though, didn't he?
The other guys apparently had guns, I guess, that Kyle was claiming he didn't really see until he saw him go to grab it. It was a whole scene that night. Like, when I was reading it, I was like, Jesus. Like, so Kyle showed up, and then a bunch of people were chasing after him, and then this happened, and then this guy came in this guy's face, and then this guy, like, it was a cluster, like, it was a mess that night.
I mean, it's like, what? Why did he go to this thing with the gun in the first place?
So this is the thing. So this is from what I'm reading. What I read about Kyle was that on this certain on BBC.com. But what I read about Kyle was that he never graduated high school. That was the first thing that I read. The other thing that I also read was that when he dropped out of high school, he basically kind of like devoted his life and went into this whole like protecting and like being for the police, because this whole entire defund the police was coming out, and Kyle is like not a part of that, and he's very much like for the police. And so then he even joined like a teen cadet academy thing or whatever, you know, and he was a part of that. And you know, there's Instagrams or whatever of him like posting wearing like, you know, his whole blue cadet thing and like saying Blue Lives Matter, and there's all this stuff. So he was very much for protection of whatever he's supposed to protect in terms of what,
like the police, like
the police, and just in
Yeah.
terms of like protecting to make sure that, I don't know, that whatever the fuck the police do, you know, like, whatever the fuck the police do, they protect. I don't know, they serve and protect. So Kyle was really about that life. And
Well, actually,
so,
I mean,
and so then there was there was a guy that apparently posted something on Facebook or Instagram that said, "Hey, the riots are going to break out or whatever. Everyone come out here to protect our city with guns and this and that to make sure that we're all."
so nobody
if you wanna
fucks up the
right,
city.
so because they were because they were screwing with businesses,
Yeah, I mean,
neighborhoods.
yeah,
So the guy was
trashing
basically
places,
like old
breaking
school
windows.
times. He was like, you know what? We're not going to let people fuck our places up. So we're going to come down there with our fucking guns, and we're going to protect and make sure that nobody fucks up our city.
And I'm sure
That was
like,
his thing.
I'm sure nobody really wanted to like kill anybody. They were probably just thinking if they show up with guns, then people would just be like, okay, we'll just move on to the next place, you know, like, which is a logical thought. But apparently these other guys,
I don't think it's a
they
logical
had-
thought. Why would you think that showing up with guns wouldn't have any kind of...
No, like if you're one of the rioters, right, and you're like, all right, let's go downtown and fuck shit up because we didn't fucking get whatever we want or
Right,
whatever,
yeah.
right? And then you're down there and you're like, smash this window, smash that window. But then the next building has 5 guys in front of it with AKs or AR-15s or whatever.
So you're like, whoa.
And you're like, I'll just smash the next
Not
window,
going
right?
there.
Like, but
Right,
some of these
right.
rioters had guns like these guys, and they
right.
thought they were tough guys. But you know.
Well, but that was the thing, though, is that, and so that's why people were coming at this guy who posted that, because they were basically saying, well, he's the one that, started this whole thing of everyone coming down there with, their guns to protect. And then I guess if the rioters got wind of that,
Yeah.
then they were coming with guns too. And then it was like this whole thing.
And here's the other thing that, like, a lot of people in America don't understand is, like, do you realize, like, we can do that, right?
We do have a right to bear arms.
American citizens can walk around with guns.
Yeah. Well, they have to be not in all states though. Like you can't just walk around with a gun in New York if you don't have a permit.
New York,
like a license for it, or
if you have a gun, you're just a murderer.
You're going to jail.
If somebody sees you with a gun in New York, you're a murderer.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what
you are being taken away.
But yeah, no, actually, in most states though, like everywhere, technically, if you go by the actual Constitution, you can do that. And if you're going, especially like what he did, he's actually trying to protect his community from getting.
Nobody goes by the Constitution anymore, apparently.
Clearly, they're like lighting it on fire these days.
Blown up.
Which, nobody cares right now, but we're gonna care down the road. And I can guarantee you.
Let's stay focused.
Yeah, we won't go too deep, but I can guarantee you, any of these countries who had these dictators or socialist, Nazi, whatever countries, when they went down that rabbit hole, and when they're in there, and all those citizens are in it, they're in it. They wished they had what we have right now, the Constitution with a bunch of holes in it. They wish they had that. Never mind the full Constitution, and everybody goes by it, So, I think it is an important document that I think people take for granted here in America. And
not to side note this and cut you off and kind of go back to what we were talking about a little bit more.
Of course, we want to shut that off.
But
just like everybody else that's listening to this, nobody cares. This is the reason why nobody cares about the Constitution.
No,
this is it. That's boring.
This is my life with you.
It's like saving your life.
I understand.
It's just the way you live. That's all.
I understand.
Without it, you can't live the way you live. But
I understand.
Anyways,
says the guy with a knife fucking attached to his pants. What are you gonna fucking?
I'm working. I'm cutting boxes.
Cutting boxes.
This is not self-defense. This knife will do nothing.
My knife blade.
Be like, oh,
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, somebody could still murder me with this knife. I'll tell you that.
Someone can murder you with that.
No, like with their hands. And if I had this was my defense. They'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna kill you.
You can slice someone in the artery right there.
I could. It would be a lucky shot. I guess, they took over the planes to go into 9/11 with box cutters, so I guess,
So no, what I was thinking when you were talking about the Constitution was thinking
something totally irrelevant from the Constitution, right?
No, well, it was about the whole trials and the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing was what we were talking about, but now I forgot, so forget it. Since my memory is not as good as it used to be. Fucking stupid. So annoying. And
it's funny how, like, somebody like me that's just, like, talking about, like, facts that everybody, once again, takes for granted. Just me talking about what our actual real rights are is super boring.
Oh, I remembered.
And illogical, and I'm like this like conspiracy theorist because I want to talk about.
I remembered. So basically, what I was thinking about was I was like, outside of just the whole Kyle thing and him being acquitted and blah 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 blah, the whole entire nine. My focus really is just of, lives were lost. That's not cool at all. Oh. Regardless, but then. It's just, for me, it's just the stuff that I see on, like, social media is wild, because I'm seeing, like, on one side, I'm seeing, like, all right, well, then, like, like, anyone who's supporting, Black lives or whatever, like, they're invited to the barbecue. And then I'm seeing people that
barbecue?
are, like, at some
it's like
person
a
of
real
color's
barbecue?
house.
Oh, okay. All right. God, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and then on the other side, though, I'm seeing people that are, like, posting stuff, like, because I guess the two men that were killed, and the one that was injured, they all have, like, criminal backgrounds. And so one was like there was rape on one of them, and like
Oh,
and a whole bunch of other stuff, and so like sexual assault or whatever. And so then I'm seeing other people posting like, well, they deserve to die. They don't need to be in this life. And I'm like, what in the no?
I think what the only
What?
thing I would say that kind of plays a role in my thought process of it all is that, like, you know, these guys have possible issues with like bad decision making. Yeah.
Which the ones who passed away, the ones who got
The ones who are
killed?
already convicted of other crimes and stuff like that, whether it was rape or whatever you were just talking about.
Oh wait, so not the guys that actually died from the shoot.
Yeah, the guys that died.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know, once I understand, okay, so they've been convicted of other crimes, like, I mean, once you've been convicted of a crime, it doesn't mean like you can't, you know, turn things around and be a better person, right? But look at them, they're back in a situation, they put themselves back in
in a
another situation where they can make another bad decision, so
Well, that was
clearly
by-
they didn't learn of anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was by choice. I mean, you're right. Like that was a conscious choice that people make. You know,
Yeah.
you can either come out of it and kind of go, okay, let me like change things up
Yeah.
here, or however, unfortunately, due to the fact that the criminal justice system and all the prisons out there and everything like that don't really fucking set it up so that
Yeah,
you can actually get rehabilitated, whatever, right? Whatever the fuck, and actually walk out in a better. It doesn't, So
Yeah, what do
it's
people think
it's a
jails
setup.
are
It's a
for?
fucking
Like
setup.
jail-
It's a setup for failure.
People think, all right, if this guy did something wrong, just send him to jail. And everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, he should
Go to jail.
for 5 years. Okay, well, so what?
So what do you think is going to happen when he gets
person to
out?
do for
Right,
5
because
years
what do you
in
think is
jail?
going to happen when he gets out? Like, what do you
Yeah.
really?
We
You think
should-
after 5 years of him sitting there doing fucking nothing and probably accruing just more trauma, and just more fucked up shit happening,
Right.
you think he's going to come out in 5 years and be like,
Right. What we should do as a society, or what we should think as a society, is like, all right, this guy made some mistakes. He made bad decisions. Like, how do we help this person so he doesn't make those decisions anymore? How do we help this person so he can change his life around and come out and get a good job or something like that? That's how we should think.
do you know what? I'll actually use the example of, so like R. Kelly, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This was another big heated one too, that...
He's clearly got mental problems from,
Right. So, like, obviously,
history.
clearly not condoning what he did
No,
or
no,
what he
no.
was, found guilty for in any way, shape, or form. On the other side, on a clinical level, when I see, because I could always break something down clinically, right? But even though I can do that, it, again, doesn't make it okay. But on a clinical level, I mean, this was a guy that clearly, unfortunately, also came from, some type of trauma to some intense degree. Never was taught, never anything, whatever. And then here he is, unfortunately, doing the same things.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he got molested as a child.
Which I actually think that came out. I actually think
Oh,
I actually think he was. I could be mistaken, but I thought he was. So anyway, so then we have that happening, and then it's like, okay, so he's found guilty. Now he's going to go to prison. I forgot what how much time he's doing or whatever, if it's life or whatever. But now he's there, and I'm like, well,
Now they're just like, well, he's just going to get worse now.
okay, let's just.
If he ever gets out, he'll be.
If he ever gets out, he'll be worse than he was when he was before. I mean, because there's no therapy in the prison system, really, none. No help.
Yeah.
The mental health field in that field, and it sucks too because I used to work for a jail actually, and I would go in and run groups for. Okay, so let me rewind. So in Palm Beach County, where I used to live, there was a jail that used to be there. I think it was called like, I forgot the name of it, but it was basically like a boot camp style jail. And it was almost like a privilege kind of thing to go there because you were not in a traditional type of like jail situation. So basically like the guys who lived there who were sent there, woke up every morning at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You had to have your bed done. Everything had to be straight. Sheets had to be fucking with the freaking everything, like to the T. Boots had to be shined. It was like boot camp. Okay, they had to run, like all this stuff. They had chores, blah 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 blah. And then they were just sentenced there rather than being sentenced to like jail. Okay. So I used to run groups there for them, and it would just be me by myself in a group of like 100 guys. And then the police were there, but they were in the back behind a glass thing. So I was just in a room with just guys by myself, And I would run these groups. I actually quite enjoyed that job, actually, a lot. Now, there was therapy going on for those guys for that specific program. So they were able to get that. However, I do also know that the pay for those clinicians was not good at all because it was a government job, like at all. So then when I get to thinking, I'm like, right, so, all right. So if the pay is this shitty, that means what you're going to find is you're going to get someone who just graduated or who's not even graduating yet, okay? Because they're trying to catch you when you're at a point in your career where you're not requesting a lot of money, So getting paid a certain amount, you're happy to get because you want to get started, have something on your resume. So they're getting people who are still green, who don't have that much job experience in the mental health field, and then they're saying, okay, here, work with these individuals. But it's like, I mean, that's a really, so that's about as much as I've heard happening. I'm sure that there's other programs like that in other states and stuff.
Well, we talked about this a couple weeks ago where, they're sending out like clinicians with the police to like domestic disputes and stuff like that. And
they started that already. And
that's in Denver and I think Phoenix. Or not Denver, someplace in Colorado.
Why do I feel like New Jersey was doing something
Possibly.
like that?
I mean, there's a couple states that are doing that. I mean, as long as it's done right, I think, because clearly, you never know what type of situation you're going into. But, if you have police and a therapist at the same time at this place, you can make the determination on location, like who's better suited to sort this situation out, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think the police should just be there for obviously like backup, if shit goes down, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that clinicians are superheroes, nor am I saying, or anything like that. But we are skilled and trained to actually speak to people, right? And to be able to communicate and to de-escalate situations and to, do stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We paused. We have to pause.
There's just like a lot of...
Good. Keep going.
Oh, you don't want me to talk about it?
Oh. Oh my God. Well, we're doing a podcast, guys. Sorry, we're live, and my mom just interrupted us because the baby is crying. So, but she's not, because I have the monitor right in front of me, so I see exactly what's happening.
We see what's happening. We're watching.
Okay. Let me hear. Okay. Look at that. You guys, this is the life of parents. Yeah, I know.
That's a fake cry.
That is a fake cry. This, if anyone wants to hear what a fake cry sounds like, that's what it is. Hold on. Let me see.
Save me.
Poor thing. That is a fake cry. I think she's going to go get her.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is she doing this?
I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess the podcast is over.
We were getting into such good stuff too. Did she just go in there?
Of course she did.
Of course she did. Sorry, guys. This is actually...
Yeah. All right, we're done.
Oh my gosh. All right,
I wasn't really into it anyways, I mean, I was into we were getting into stuff.
No, I was into this conversation completely, but what happens when you have a kid is you get interrupted, and then like that's that. And then you have parents who stay over and for him, mother-in-laws who just think that they'll decide for you. That's what you get. So, all right.
We'll regroup next week.
Yes, regroup next week.
Promise to be more excited.
Exciting?
Exciting. Well, I was like excited and exciting.
I was actually
Exciting.
ramped and roaring to go into this conversation because it was like a really good one, you know?
I was super tired.
Oh my
I need a nap, I
God.
think.
Oh my goodness.
I need a nap.
All right, guys. So we're going to take off because we got parental duties to tend to. Love you all. We will pick this back up next week and we'll try and make sure that this is handled.
Yeah, next week that'll be after Thanksgiving. So
Yep, after Thanksgiving. Oh, we'll have
family.
we'll have an after Thanksgiving podcast. We're gonna have family in town, actually.
yeah. Maybe we can have Milton on again.
Maybe Melton will come back. The man, the myth, Melton. So
Yeah. All right.
bye, guys.
All right. See
Love
guys
you.
later.